Hello, welcome to another tonal landscape oil painting demonstration. This is your painter in residence, M. Francis McCarthy, and the painting I'm bringing you today is called Paddock Stream. It's 5 by 7, give or take, and I did this about a week and a half ago, something like that, and just been wanting to share it with you. So this is a case where I had a very nice frame, and I was going to use it for one of my figure. I did, in fact, use it for one of my figurative things, which I don't usually do on this channel. Um, I had like a little float on a mat thing going, and I just got tired of it. So I have some success with these really nice fancy frames, doing a smaller sort of painting in them, and I decided to do this, and it is loosely based on uh, this old this old painting. I can't find who the painter is through any kind of reverse image search, but it's basically tonal, and it basically doesn't look a thing like, pardon me, what I've done. Well, it does look. I mean, it's got a pond, it's got a mass of trees, but the proportions are quite a bit different. And I find that I've developed certain sensitivities to things like distance from the top of the tree to the edge of the board. Like if there's too much there, I don't tend to like it. My work or someone else's. In fact, wasn't that the other day or month or week or whatever I was looking for? I was thinking, it'd be good to do like a master study, but I couldn't find anything that A, I hadn't done already several times, or B, didn't have compositional issues that annoyed me. So a lot of times that drives me into this kind of riff scenario, but I still think that's positive, because any place you get inspiration is a good place, I think. The one exception I might point out is making a lot of copies after contemporary artists' work. I mean, to do one or two while you're coming up, it's understandable. I've never worried that much about it. If you do make a copy of one of my videos, just give me some attribution. You just say study after M. Francis McCarthy, and then it's all good. I mean, hopefully you don't do a lot of that and put it in a gallery show. But whatever. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about that sort of stuff. And a lot of artists do. And I have a good friend from my childhood who had so many amazing ideas. Creative ideas that later manifested as by other people in other ways that made tons of money. And he was sort of just immobilized by the whole idea that his work needed to be trademarked and copyrighted. And it's like, yeah, I don't know. You do best just putting what you do out there, and uh, if it's original, it's going to be your kind of thing. And we're going to have the book coming up here, but one thing I might point out just in advance of that is that to focus on being an original painter is the best way is just to do a lot of paintings, and after a while, and then, oh hey, here's the book. Sold a couple this week and got a new order in, and I'm so excited to ship it to you anywhere on the planet. I can't do it today, it's Christmas here, but yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna get that two out to the door, and yeah, $60 US, international shipping included. All right. So um, the best thing is to have lots of different influences. Make a painting from a photo that you took, and maybe make a painting from some photo you found around. Make a painting based on a master. Make that master painting the best one you can find, because that'll teach you a lot, going for that. But well, you want to make a painting after one of mine, you can. I just told you about the attribution thing, and yeah, just be respectful, right? But a lot of artists are getting the old ripoff with the AI, and I've been talking for a long time about the solution to that. I saw a lot of this coming, and I was deep in the digital realm, say from '97 to 2010, making my living there, doing art, making things to get printed on other things, and doing well. Did well commercially, and my stuff did good, and it was fulfilling early on too. But ultimately, this little painting I'm showing you right here, that's the only. You're looking at it two-dimensionally, but I can take. There is at the beginning of a painting a nice screenshot. I cleaned that up, you know, and adjusted the contrast. That's about all I ever do to those. But yeah, it's good enough. You could probably make a print from it, and well, you'd be off to the races with the two-dimensional representation of the painting. But they can't touch the painting itself because the painting itself has got real paint on it, put there by a real human being. And that gets into the other thing. I would have a hard time doing exact sort of duplicates of my old work because I'm just not that person. I've moved on in so many ways. Things that I thought were cool and awesome, I think are less so now. So I wouldn't want to do it. Hey, check it out. I like that little bright, really punchy bit of really light white. And that, I had a trip. I mentioned this on the channel before, but I had a trip to the Louvre. Oh gosh, 2012 or 13, and really inspired me because I was always like my paintings have a darker sort of tone and temperament, but there's always light. And one of the things that I noticed when I was in the landscape painting area of the Louvre, all these works by the old guys, they would be quite dark, but they would always have that bit of really intense light. And I think if as long as you got some light, you're good. So let's talk about I don't know whose painting it was I based it on, but in the members area, I have been, by request, putting up a screenshot of my reference image. And in this case, I put not only my adjusted reference image, which looks very different from this, and that's kind of typical. I mean, a lot of times the colors might be very similar, but I change all kinds of stuff. You got to go with what you know while you're painting. And sometimes you can't make the reference skip and jump as much as you might like. You just kind of remember to do things later. But also, in that prior to the live painting session coming up, I put the original image that I messed with in Photoshop to use as my reference. Now, I wouldn't have wanted to. There's so many things I don't like about that. The one thing I have noticed, and maybe I'm a real sucker for the path or the pond or the lake in the foreground, leading to a larger mass of trees on one side and a smaller mass on the other, distant hills and a beautiful sky. I can paint that all the time, and that to me feels balanced always. There's a lot of other compositional things you can make work. There's a circle. It's all in my book. Well, not all, actually. No, the main ones are in my book. You got the O, you got the S. You can do, but the trickier you try and get with the composition, a lot of times things become too obtuse and difficult for people to understand what it is you're putting across. So you don't want to do that. Yeah. Oh, looks like we raced a little bit. A lot of times, I think I mentioned this. If you remember, you would have heard it. But while putting in the underpainting, which is my sort of main roadmap for the painting, and a lot of times instead of trying to paint around positive shapes, you can just wipe them out with a swab, and that works pretty good. In this case, I didn't like the tree that I'd done. And I thought, nah, it's too whatevery. It was just too funky. I don't like overly twisty trees. I mean, they're great. If you're in nature and you come across a really cool twisty tree, definitely take a photo of it. A lot of times those photos can be great, make them black and white. And I just got a bit of an interruption in my train of thought, but you know me, I can ramble on about these things all day long. I appreciate this old dead dude and his painting, which gave me some inspiration to do my own thing. I don't think if I hadn't pointed it out, or even more so, made a record of it in that members area video, no one would ever have known, And it's all to the good, Well, getting inspiration is the first step. Here, the inspiration was I actually had to cut this board a little smaller than that 5 by 7. I used my hand knife. One great thing about the MDF is you can actually just cut it with a knife if you score it a couple times. Yeah, or more than a couple, but you can cut it. You don't have to get a saw out. Anyway, hey, it's the end of the year. Well, I've done a lot of good stuff this year. I'm real happy with the year in painting, and I don't know about you, but I like to get my backups and stuff done. And whoa, is that eating up a lot of hard drive space now, my friends? Ever since we made the move to 4K, it's a lot bigger. So hey, throw some money Uncle Mike's way for backing up. My or do whatever you want. I don't care. Yeah, because I'm going to do this whether you're helping me or not. But some people have really helped me this year, and God bless you. And just got a donation in my email today, and I'm so appreciative and thankful for that. And yeah, put that towards another hard drive because I like to archive everything, man. And not just on one hard drive. I've got a backup hard drive, and because my dream is one day that maybe while I'm alive or maybe afterwards, I would love to see a site with every video on it, and that would be great. And one of my real dreams would be to do a book that was also a website. So when you were reading the text, you could click on the image and you'd start seeing the video in real time. With an option to look at a quick 15-minute version of it like this. And one of the things I'm thinking of doing too is I went through a whole live phase on the channel probably around 2019 or so, and I just got it was great in one way, but a lot of people don't want 4-hour videos or whatever. I want a quick hit like this, and I get that. So basically, I decided that's when I created the members area, and I put all those there. But I am thinking that those older videos, the 2019 that were originally on the YouTube, would be great to put back out. So I might do that and put up a playlist. So keep your eyes open for that, and if I do, I'll make sure and announce it. This is an extra bonus Christmas video. And I'm enjoying the day here. It is, we haven't done much. It's hard in New Zealand, really, because it's summertime. I'm wearing shorts and a tank top, and the weather outside is not frightful. It's not sunny today. It's a bit overcast, but it's warm. It's clement and enjoyable. It's always nice when summer comes around and you can enjoy the longer days and get some sun and stuff. Yeah, and the sun down here in the south is pretty dang hot, let me tell you. Anyway, I try to always impart some info here. Let's see. One thing here is I really abstracted the grass, but when you're doing the grass, what I'd like, or even the trees or anything, what I'd like you to pay attention to is ignore the color and look at the values. There's a dark value, medium dark, medium light, and then light. Usually 4 values. I might go a little more, and sky is generally more because I'll go up to that brightest bright a lot of times. But you wanna think in terms of color, but you always want to think in terms of value. And to me, I can do very satisfying paintings in value alone that come out looking tonal. Tonalism for sure. Tonalism is not tied directly into color, although color certainly is a feature. And really, it's a unity of tone. That's the thing. And the color, you can have extreme amounts of color saturation. And I've studied at the feet of Georgia Ness, and I've got the playlist to prove it. You can go into the playlist area, and I basically made a study after multiple times, in many cases, after every Georgia Ness image or painting that I thought was amazing. And so much of that effort is actually coming to fruition over time. It didn't always reflect itself in my own work at the time, but more and more I can see when I look at my stuff, oh, there's a certain sensibility, a certain approach. And I think that he didn't teach much about that, but I think he would probably agree with me that the values and the value structure of the painting is key if you want to get this sort of poetic and tonal effect. Anyway, happy holidays to you. Merry Christmas. And we'll be wishing you New Year's next week, because I'm going to keep going. I don't mind. And until I do come back with another video for your, hopefully for your edification and enjoyment, do me a favor, do me a solid. Take good care of yourself, your family, all your loved ones. Stay out of trouble. God bless you and your family, and fight the power.